Hey guys, Dan and back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about why I think we are getting close to a bottom here. We're going to talk about some evidence towards that theory. We're going to talk about some of the moon cycles. I know it's a little bit weird, but we're going to go back and talk about what it's done in the past and what it could potentially do in the future. We have some different things, some other metrics as well, ETF flows that we'll talk about, and some cycles. So, all right, let's go. So, very first thing, we're looking here at Bitcoin, a little bit of a messy chart here. Let's clean it up a little bit, get rid of my trading indicators. This is what we got going on. So we basically have this bull flag printing. We had this kind of like fake out to the downside, and a lot of people I see are saying, very bearish on the timeline. What are we got going on here? Moon cycles. So this is a really interesting indicator. So if you go to indicators on TradingView and you type in moon phases. So this one is a very interesting indicator that is quite accurate here. So if we go back in time, I've marked some of the previous ones here. You can see the red line is what I'm calling the bear moon. The green line is what I'm calling the bull moon. And you can see if we turn this indicator on here, let's go back and retest the last couple. Okay, so bull moon right here, huge pump. Bear moon, dump. Bear moon, initial dump. And the bear moon does seem to affect the first half of this cycle more than the second half. So you'll see here, bear moon the first half, and now we've kind of been pretty much flat coming into the bull moon here. Bear moon down. This bull moon failed. Sometimes it does fail if you're near resistance. So you can see we had this big overhead resistance here when we had the bull moon. So this one did fail. Bear moon down, very accurate there. Bull moon up. Bear moon kind of flat, a little bit maybe dumpy through the mid cycle, and then up towards the bull moon. Bull moon, big pump. Bear moon, dump. Bull moon, pump. Bear moon, dump. Bull moon, first half up, then dump. Bear moon down, bull moon up. So pretty accurate so far, right? Bull moon, first couple 3-4 days up, again hit the global 8-year resistance, which kind of overrides these cycles. Bear moon, the first couple days down and then up. Bull moon up. Bear moon, first couple days down and then pump into the bull moon. Bull moon up, bear moon down, bull moon up. You guys get the point. Bear moon down, bull moon up. It's pretty damn accurate, isn't it? You could literally trade these and be definitely above 50%. I mean, just roughly guesstimating, it seems like it's, I don't know, 75% accuracy here, at least for the first couple days for sure. So bear moon down, bull moon up, bear moon down, bull moon, this one failed, didn't work out very well. Bear moon, big dump, bull moon, small pump, etc. So quite accurate, right? So when do we have the next cycle coming up? We have the bull moon coming up Friday. So what I'm thinking here is we either range a little bit or potentially even come down, double bottom, retest some of these lows in the next 2 days here, and then pump into the bull moon. Sometimes we do start the pump a day or two before. You can see this last big pump, we kind of had a green candle, then the bull moon. So we could even today get a green candle, tomorrow get a green candle, and then have a big pump on the bull moon. Some other things that I'm looking at is the ETF flows. Actually, here's Bob Lucas. He does cycle trading, and they're 60-day cycles. And the moon cycles are 2-week cycles. So it's kind of interesting because, what is that, 8 weeks or whatever, is roughly 60 days. Bitcoin does seem to trade in 60-day cycles. And that's also the indicator I use that's showing the cycles here, is also 60-day cycles. So if we go 60 days from this right here, and they can go a little bit early, a little bit late. So 60 days is actually pretty much 2 days ago. Saying that the low could potentially be 2 days ago. If you go from here, from this other one, and we go over 60 days, that puts us about mid to end of August. So that's another potential. And you can see right now on my indicator, it's telling me the daily cycle low is looking for it right now, and a weekly cycle low here. So another thing we could see is a pump into this support, a little bit pullback into, this bear moon, and then another pump. And if I go look at some of the other, let's check out some of the other Bitcoins, right? Because the different exchanges kind of change the timing a little bit here. So you can see that the Camel Finance indicator, which is looking for these 60-day cycles, is also saying that there's going to be a low sometime mid-end of August. So we could see a pump into here, clear above this, a pullback into here, retest this bull flag, and then a big pump out of here. So maybe that's what, that seems kind of like my most likely scenario right now. Let's look at Ethereum as well while we're here. And what is the cycle indicator telling me? It's telling me it's looking for one right now, which is interesting. If I go to a different Ethereum chart, what do we got going on here? It's telling me right now that it's looking for the weekly cycle and the daily cycle low right now. So basically what happens if we get a pump out of here, it'll probably confirm this as the cycle low, or maybe even this, saying that this was kind of, sometimes it won't pick the lowest point because it'll be like, all right, we were kind of bottomed here, but this is just some out of the normal things like tariffs, for example, happening on August 1st. So that's quite interesting. This is Bob Lucas, who also trades these 60-day cycles. So you can see 59, and then we kind of had a, right translated cycle because, here's the midpoint right about here, and the midpoint comes after the half of this cycle here. And you can see he's kind of saying the same thing. What is today? So he's, we had a little bit of a pullback since then. This was posted a couple days ago by Bob Lucas, but this kind of correlates with what we're talking about here. Another thing that I look at as a contrarian indicator, meaning when you have outflows, you're at a bottom, and when you have inflows, you're at a top. If you go look historically at Bitcoin here, let me make sure I'm not in the way. You can see that when you have a lot of inflows, you're near a top. When you have a lot of outflows, you're at a bottom, local top, local bottom, right? So here's a lot of outflows. This was like literally the exact bottom. The day that the most outflows were the exact bottom. And then you come over here, the most inflows were the top. Outflows bottom, inflows top, outflows bottom, inflows top, outflows bottom. You guys get the point, right? Here's a huge outflow, just a couple days of outflow, and it was the local bottom. More inflows, local top, outflows, bottom. I mean, it's quite accurate, right? So here's the most amount of outflows ever, and it was at a local bottom. And then we had a little bit of inflows, some more outflows, and again, a bottom, right? So inflows, local top, inflows, local top, outflows, local bottom, and we have a lot of outflows over the last 4 or 5 days. So I'm thinking that we're also near a bottom. Now let's go check on ETF flows for Ethereum. A little bit of a smaller chart, harder to see, but you kind of see the same thing, right? So when you have a lot of inflows, you're near the top, right? It seems like retail investors or, AKA dumb money, people who don't professionally trade, they see all the hype and they FOMO into big green candles. And then when the price goes down, they sell at the worst time and they sell at the bottom. You see this a lot, right? So here's a lot of outflows. We're at a bottom. Inflows were at a top, outflows at a bottom, inflows. This one didn't match. So there's probably some hype around that time, maybe. What is that, February? Okay. And then you come down here, a lot of outflows at the bottom, inflows as we get to this kind of local top, and then outflows, and then a big pump. And you can see as the price is up high, a lot of inflows, and then at the very almost pico bottom, we have some outflows here, and then inflows going up towards this local top, and then a big day, 2 days of outflows. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe this was the bottom yet again for Ethereum. So a couple different indicators saying that we are either close to a bottom or the bottom is already in. So that is quite interesting. I have a bunch of trades open right now. These are the trades I have open. Sui, Dot, Neo. Neo was a good trade here. It's picking a daily cycle low right now. I opened a turbo trade, which is also saying that it's near this cycle low. But that's what I got going on. So if you want to try leverage trading and try an exchange, if you just want to purchase any crypto, I have a link below to Bitunix. It's an amazing exchange. Feel free to use Bitunix. If you use my affiliate link, you get a nice little discount on fees. You can just buy spot there, and they have quite low fees already. So with the affiliate link, even better fees. So feel free to use some of those. If you want to try any of my trading indicators, not my trading indicators, the ones I use, I did not create them. I have some links from Market Saver B, which tells you all sorts of cool things like the market manipulation that's been happening like crazy. If I go on the 5-minute time frame or even the 1-minute time frame, you can see whenever I have a lot of these dumps, you can see there's a bunch of dumps right here. It's you know, quite jumbled here with all the indicators I'm using, but there's these yellow X's here. That's market cipher B. If you want to try that indicator, affiliate link below. But that's what we got going on. So I'm thinking we're getting near to the bottom, if not at the bottom already. The bottom could already be in. I'm in a Bitcoin long right now, and I am thinking that we continue this trend either sideways for the next couple days, and then Friday we see a pump, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Recently we have been having dumps on Monday, which is kind of unfortunate, but we have been pumping weekends, which is interesting, you know. And that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. I just want to talk about what I think for the short-term outlook. I'm still thinking long-term outlook that we are still kind of in the same spot. I'm thinking the top is going to be sometime, I don't know, October 1st-ish, you know, plus or minus whatever, 30 days, right? So we go through these 4-year cycles, and you can see the top is pretty predictable if you look at it here. So it goes from the halving. So the halving to the top, we had 525 days. The halving to the top here was 553 days. So if you go somewhere in the middle, that's, I don't know, 540 days-ish. So this is 525. This could be the earliest top. Latest top could be basically a month after that. So that would be like November 1st-ish. Now this is the top for Bitcoin. Then usually once the top is in, you'll kind of, the price will stay somewhere near the top for a while, and then money will be rotating into different altcoins. I was talking about Litecoin yesterday in the big breakout. I told you I'm taking some off the table at the top, and I'm really happy I closed some of my trade and even sold a small amount of my spot, because I was able to buy all my spot back already at a 118-ish. I think I bought my spot back, and my leverage trade here is still basically break even, but I closed like 3/4 of my leverage trade on Litecoin because I saw this indicator saying we have this 8-hour here top, and it was just so vertical that I had a feeling. We also retested this 0.786. I had a feeling we were going to come back on Litecoin, and we have come back on Litecoin. Now, are we going to go all the way back and retest this breakout? We do not have to. Definitely not. Right now, we're kind of in some support here on even, you know, the 4-hour, 8-hour. Let's see what we got going on here. 1 hour. Okay, so we maybe have some potential support down in the 113-ish area, but we'll see what happens here with Litecoin. That's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. I think the bottom is near. Don't fret, guys. Don't fret. I think we're, I mean, obviously we could be totally wrong. We could go down and retest some of these lows yet again if something crazy happens in the stock market. But here is SPY right now. I'm curious, if we put in the moon phase indicator on SPY, how does it work here? So bear moon down, bull moon up, bear moon doesn't work as well on, does not work as well on the S&P 500, does it? Kind of. Bull moon up, bear moon, couple red days, bear moon, definitely not. Bull moon, that works. Bear moon, that works. Bull moon, that does work. It kind of works. Bear moon down, bull moon up. Oops. Bear moon, couple chop days, bull moon up. I mean, it does kind of work. You know, there's obviously some correlation between the S&P 500 and stocks. I'm sorry, and Bitcoin, but it does seem to kind of work there as well. So I also have a couple trades open in stocks. I opened some Lux trades that's doing extremely well. I'm pretty excited about that. Lux is a Litecoin treasury company, and I got in right here. Oh, I'm in Canadian dollars because it's a Canadian company. I got in right about here. I'm currently up about 50%. I'm expecting a pullback here. I opened a CEP trade because it looks like it's trying to bottom. I have a DJT, which is now going for even lower, but we probably see a bounce out of there. What else we got going on? Mara, CLSK is one that it looks like it bounced off support and would be probably a good entry for CLSK if you're looking to get in some stocks. Another one is BMNR. I am hoping I get my IRA rollover soon. It just confirmed a cycle low, and this one has a potential for some very big pumpy pumps. So, I mean, if we even get to this support line, this red dotted line, resistance line, that's a 277% for there, and it looks like it's trying to bottom. It just picked this cycle, and I have another indicator telling me that the 2-day, 1-day cycles are, you know, bottoming here. And you can see on my market cipher B indicator, it's also telling me it's kind of like rolling over and looking like it wants to find a low. If I go to like the 12-hour, 8-hour, has it confirmed a dot yet? 4-hour, a couple of them. But yeah, that's what we got going on. If you're looking for some stock plays, BMNR looks like a good one, and Luxfolio gonna bottom sometime soon. We have a lot of the miners looking like they're in the window to bottom as well. So that also kind of tells me that maybe the bottom is near for Bitcoin as well, because a lot of these obvious Bitcoin treasury companies and mining companies are also looking to bottom. So there's some more confluence. So I like to use a lot of different indicators, a lot of different you know, evidence towards my thesis. And then I like to take a trade. Obviously, trades are never 100%, but you're trying to play your odds. Bitfarms really looks like a big wick on the 1 day there. So a big bottom side wick, meaning that we could see some potential upside now. So Riot, huge pullback. My God, I entered a little bit in my wife's retirement account, and then it just died right there. My Roth entry was down here. So it looks like it's trying to find a cycle low as well. Could be probably a good entry for Riot now after this big pullback. I have a feeling this is going to come back up. But it's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. Affiliate links below. Those are the best way to support me if you do want to do so. Also interacting with the channel, like, comments, and pressing that like button and subscribe button if you're not already is the best way to support my channel. YouTube doesn't pay me much. All my money comes from affiliate links, so they don't cost you anything. They help you out, and they help me out. So have a great day. See you guys.